Render is about to shock the world and I will tell you why. Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Doc and today's video I'm going to explain to you why Render will shock the world in 2025 and also give you my Render 2025 bull run top price prediction. So let's start this video off with what's actually going on with the Render price since my video of last week. So during last week's video, Render was trading around like $7.20 after coming down from like $8, and I was discussing during last week's video that I was noticing a range forming for Render, because as you can see we have like a top of the range here around like $8, and then if we take a look at the bottom we can see that there's a bottom here around like $6.83, and Render actually retested that bottom this morning, so let's hope it goes back to the top. But I even called this entire movement during last week's video and on my free Telegram group, because as you can see with my Telegram group we sold the top around $8 and then rebought the bottom before it went up once again to like $8. And again, at the end of the video I'll talk more about my bull run top price prediction and also how you can join my free Telegram group. But for now, let's move on with the video. So the first thing that will be a key player for the Render price in 2025 will be the Render ETP from 21 shares. This ETP got launched around like mid-November, and during the launch it had like an asset under management of only 100,000. But in less than 1.5 months they basically 16x this asset under management and they keep adding. So this will be a very important player for Render. For the people that don't know how big 21 shares is, their Solana ETP has $1.6 billion under management, so this has so much room to grow, and especially with the very bullish news that they brought during this week, because 4 days ago they finally announced that the Render 21 shares ETP is now available on the Euronext Amsterdam and Paris. So it's finally available on the biggest stock exchanges in Europe, and this will definitely bring a lot of liquidity when the stock market fully opens again on January 2nd. So definitely keep an eye on the number of assets under management for this Render ETP, because if the number skyrockets again, you know institutional money is investing in Render. The second very bullish thing that we're noticing during Q4 is that Render keeps burning more and more tokens compared to the minting. Again, during this epoch you could see that Render burned 21,000 Render tokens compared to the 15,000 Render tokens minted. And these number of burns are really adding up as well, because in the last month or two Render literally went from like 200,000 Render tokens burned to over 300,000 Render tokens burned from real world utility and AI applications. So this is looking very bullish, and the numbers of December are also looking very promising for the next year, because what happened in December is truly incredible. So we're right now 27 days in, Render has already burned $650,000 in Render tokens from utility from the network. Like compared to the previous all-time high of October, which was like $250,000, this is already like a 2.5x, and the month hasn't even ended yet. And there's so many big things coming to Render which will actually add more and more value in the future. Because if we didn't know yet, Render is currently working on a beta version implementing Blender. Blender is literally one of the biggest free open source softwares for 3D CG technology. Like this is huge. Blender has 2 to 3 million users, and all they do is heavy GPU and AI tasks. So once Blender is fully integrated to Render, 2 to 3 million users will start using Render, because Render is the cheapest and the best thing to do for decentralized GPU power. And this will skyrocket the number of burns even more and start the FOMO. So we have institutional money coming from the Render ETP. We have the number of burns skyrocketing in Q4 without even the Blender integration, which will be massive. Like this will 5, 6, 10, 100x the amount of burning. So literally the biggest update yet. Like every big render holder, including myself, is just waiting for this update to happen. And these two things aren't even the only bullish things that happened during the fourth quarter. Because what we also saw in Q4 is an impressive amount of holders gained. I think at the beginning of October, Render had like 50,000 holders on Solana, and now it's 82,500. So basically Render almost doubled their amount of holders in the last quarter of 2024. And I'm expecting this number to really explode when Render has its massive run in February and March. Because everybody knows Q1 is the best quarter for Render. It has been in 2021, 2023, 2024, and will repeat in my opinion 2025. And once you see this number explode and the price keeps going up, you know everybody will be talking about Render. They will market Render to their friends, family, colleagues, everyone. And this is how FOMO starts. It's the same thing with meme coins. Once you see the price skyrocket and the holders skyrocket, it just keeps going because everybody's celebrating, everybody's partying, everybody's telling everyone about their favorite coin. And the same will happen with Render. So right now, the price is dropping, but the holders is increasing, meaning smart money is buying. Like when you see the price drop this hard, but the numbers of holder increase, it's just whales. Whales always wait for a good entry and they buy bottoms, never top. So these three indicators, the Render ETP, the burning and Blender integration, and the holders are three fantastic things which will be definitely help a lot for the Render 2025 top price. And before we go on with the second part of this video, which is my Render bullrun top price prediction, if you want to claim a free $500 airdrop, just go to the top of the description and click on the Bybit airdrop link. Once you're at the Bybit airdrop link, you can see my name and Bybit, and you can see you can get a free $500 position airdrop. All you have to do to claim is register here a new account, deposit money or crypto within 7 days, and enjoy your free $500 airdrop. And don't wait for this because it's an exclusive deal and $500 can change your life in a bull run. So before we move on to my bull run top price prediction, a lot of people in the comments on Twitter and Telegram have been wondering about my risk management and how to actually use the Fibonacci level. So if you're someone who's always out of cash on massive dips like this and want to know how to make maximum profits even when we dip, I would pay a lot of attention for the next 2-3 minutes, because what I'm gonna teach you right now is my own risk management, and this could really help you a lot in the next coming months. So there's two kinds of ways to use the Fibonacci level. So basically on TradingView, you go to the Fibonacci retracement, and all you gotta do is just go to the bottom of a rally, so on the daily or weekly time frame. So this is the bottom, and then you draw it all the way to the top wick, and then you can see you got support levels. So basically what I usually use is a 0.382, 0.5, 0.618, 0.786. So these are my main key support levels. So once I draw these Fibonacci levels, all you gotta understand is this is how my investments would look. So the amount of money I'm gonna invest is 1/10 would be at 0.382, 2/10 would be at like 0.5, 3/10. So if I can draw this, I don't know how to do it, but this is 0.618, and I think I can draw this as well. So 4 of a 10 would be at like 0.786. So let's say we invest 10,000, 1k at this level, 2k at 0.5, 3k at 0.618, and 4k at 0.786. Another key indicator which I always have is that I have 20%, so if I can draw this really quick, in cash, always at any point. So if I want to reinvest, I I always have cash. Like a lot of people always tell me, Doc, I don't have money to buy the dip. Like that's just poor risk management. That has nothing to do with me. So basically 20% in cash to reinvest and 5% in cash to always hold. So basically 25% total in cash. So let's say you had render at this bottom, so 4, and render went all the way up to like 11.85, and you were 100% invested after like, this is a 2.5x, and you still had 100% cash. Like in my opinion, you're overexposed because nothing goes up in a straight line. So you're gonna come down to key support levels. As you can see, the 0.618 is trying to be a support level. So not having any cash is overexposed. Not only this example, it works so many times. Like this is what I did during the period of like August to October, which was boring. Look at this. So the first time I drew this, I rebought the bottom. I even posted on Twitter. Look how well you could have rebought the bottom. 0.618, 0.5, all happened. And then the next time, let's move on again because we're higher. Look at this dip. So basically what we're seeing here is at the bottom of this. So where we would do like our 4K is 4.16. The bottom is 4.13. So this would be the greatest buy ever because we had cash. Like a lot of people here, when they have like 100% in render, they won't sell because what if the price goes up? A lot of people who bought here with me in the beginning of January went all the way up 4x, back down all the way here, and didn't make any money. Like we went up 4x and didn't make money. Even if you took out 20% at a 4x, that would be double. You would have double this money already. So that's how my basic risk management goes. Like you need to have some cash. You cannot be overexposed. Yes, it's a bull market, but people will take profit. And what people also want to know is where are resistance levels? Because that's important as well. Because this is support levels, so from bottom to top. But if you draw from top to bottom, so let's take this top here and then we draw the bottom here. So as you can see, we're seeing some resistance levels. So I'm just gonna delete this one for a second so we can actually work with this. But these resistance levels always occur as well because people trade these Fibonacci levels. As you can see, the 0.382, what's the first resistance level? We went from 4 all the way here, then we had a setback. And these Fibonacci levels, these are actually like the perfect examples to reset your bag. So let's say you come close to the 0.382, just reset your bag to 25% cash. The same thing at here, 8.5, because this is already an increase, adjust to like 25% cash. This one as well, this one as well. Then the 1, the all-time high, and then at the 1.618, 2.618, these are the targets you readjust because it will come down. Nothing goes up like 2.5x and continues to go up as well. So for my bull run top price prediction, it will be easy again. The first thing we gotta do is take a look at the resistance levels. So what we do again, the Fibonacci from top to bottom. So the key resistance levels before we can talk about the all-time high are like the 0.5, 0.618, 0.786, especially this double top, but also always take a look at like weekly denials and monthly. So as you can see, there's a pretty big weekly resistance here which happened. So let's take this one here as well. We got pretty big denied here. So 10.3 is a very big resistance level. And also always take a look at the monthly level. As you can see, the monthly level is around this area here as well. So this is actually between 10.7 and 10.15. So you can see that this will be a very big resistance level. But this also means that once we flip this 10.3 into support, the sky's the limit. So what we want to do right now, if we really take a look at the higher time frame, is we want to flip this 10.3. This is what we want to do. So let's take some arrows here. So what Render wants to do from here is maybe to retest this 11.8 wick, which is definitely possible. And then what Render wants to do is we want to retest this for support resistance flip and then move on. Break all-time high from here, just a little bit more, like maybe 15. And then what will be very healthy, what we see happen to a lot of coins, is retest a little bit below all-time high, maybe even this $12 here. and from there move on to like the Fibonacci 1.618, which is like $20. So if anybody would ask me to draw the perfect render chart, this is how it would look. And from here, like I once said again, I expect render to go higher. So right now in the current situation, my conservative bull run top price prediction remains this 4.618. We actually reached this 4.618 in March as well, when we pumped from like $3 to $13, and I really expect render to hit this level again. But once again, a lot can happen in a bull run. Like we could get denied here and then have like a really big liquidity grab. Like this could happen in a day. Let's say this is the beginning of March. We dump down to 30 and then have the next leg up to like 100. But we need parabolic movement for this. Like we need everybody talking about render. We need the amount of holders to 10x from here. We need a lot of big influencers talking about render day and night. Like right now, the shitty part about render sometimes is everybody talks at the top, nobody talks at the bottom. Like I'm one of the only people who actually is teaching risk management, who actually is telling you to buy the bottom and not just coming at the top and hyping everybody up. So I want you to make money. Like I've been using my own risk management for years now and it's working so well. Like I'm trying to teach you guys, like have money for the dips. Like you should always have money for these kinds of dips, but also work for your bags. Try to spread the word. Like we're in this together. If everybody just interacts on Twitter, on social media, tries to get new strong holders, it helps. You might think like, wow, Doc, adding 1 to 3 holders of my friends isn't gonna help. It's gonna help because you get 3 friends, another guy gets 4 friends, I get 10 friends. It just keeps going up. And we need strong holders that support, not people with paper hands. So yeah, 50 is the target I'm actually expecting. And then higher than 50, we need everybody to help. But again, I will get more in details from my 2025 bull run top price prediction once we actually break this all-time high. Like this is the first major thing we need to do. If we want to talk about 20, 30, 40, $50 or more, we need to break 13.6. Like right now it's looking like this will be broken in February. Like the beginning of the February run, they will break all-time high and keep pushing. Our low-key was expecting this to actually get hit in 2024. They didn't allow it. They made a double top again, just like they did in May. So yeah, but nobody knows what happens in January. In 2021, we had a very bullish January as well. So the most bullish January I would get is like break this 13, like go to 15, come back to 12, 11, I don't care, and start the February run from this point. If we can start the February run from this point, it will be an incredible Q1. Like this is the target we're aiming for. Break all-time high in the first half or maybe first 20 days of January. If render manages to do this, $50 will be nothing. If render doesn't manage to do this, we will have to reevaluate the chart at the end of January. But once again, with so many bullish things happening around render, I'm expecting render to shock everybody again in Q1, and you're here buying the bottom with me, so you will definitely celebrate with me in February and March. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Be sure to like if you did. Also follow me at TheRealDoc on Twitter to know when I talk about crypto, bullish render things, buying and selling render targets. Also, join my free Telegram group. The link will be at the top of the description and on the pinned comment. So definitely join this to know when you should sell and buy render for short-term profits. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for more crypto content and YouTube. Until next time.